Hey, expected value lotto here. I know it's been a really long time. It's been, I don't know, probably like 2 years or something since I posted. And so I thought that maybe now would be a good time to kind of hop back in and kind of do what I do. This is a little bit different channel than you might see from other lottery ticket scratchers. I am in Georgia, and so I make videos on the Georgia lottery, and I don't scratch as much, kind of like the Georgia Gambler and GA Scratcher and GA Gaming Fun and some of the other new guys who I don't know yet. But anyways, I kind of came in with those three guys kind of at the same time, and I was on for about a year and then kind of cut off and now I'm back on, and I was in Myrtle Beach. I had a little trip with my son and picked up a few South Carolina scratcher tickets, and just kind of remembered that, um, lottery tickets, although it's a losing venture for almost everybody, it is kind of fun. And so, what I do is I think beneficial to the lottery community, and so it doesn't cost me anything really to do what I do, and I thought that I would continue to make videos, kind of just giving some more information about the tickets that Georgia puts out, and then I might do a little scratching now and then to kind of see which way of playing is better. And so you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about as I go through this little slideshow thing that I made. So I'm going to go over the most recent tickets that have come out that came out in May. And as time goes on, I'll probably go back and do some of the older tickets. But let's go ahead and hop in. The newest $1 ticket here in Georgia, as you probably know, is Did I Win? And I saw Georgia Gambler scratch a couple of these last night, and it looks like it's just a symbol game. You're looking for three symbols to see if you win. And this is the picture, and these are the prizes that were posted by the Georgia Lottery website. And part of the reason I'm doing this is because I believe that the Georgia Lottery has really poor accountability to the people who play. We really don't get much information at all, and that the numbers are all confusing and stuff. And so I think it's helpful to be able to compare tickets based on a few kind of if you track them based on like the same exact information. So, anyways, these are the odds. This is what the ticket looks like. Um, and yeah, you can see that the overall odds on this ticket are 1 in 4.53. And so let's go ahead and look at some other information. Okay, so one thing that I like to do is I like to look at the payout or the expected value of each ticket. And over here on the left, I have the payout per prize. And what this means is that for this game, for example, that we have ticket prizes here in Georgia, they're worth $1. And so the payout for these ticket prizes is about 10 cents for every dollar that you put in. And so for every dollar that you play, you should expect to get about 10 cents back in these ticket prizes. And so you can see I've done this for every prize going down the list. The biggest, this is really a $5 game. And so for every $1 you put into the game, you should expect to see back about between 11 and 12 cents in these $5 prizes. And so, so that's kind of helpful to know that, when you play, this is really, you should expect to see more $5, um, not more $5 wins, but the amount that you get back in $5 wins should be more than any other prize amount that you get. And so when I add up all of these payout per prizes, I come out to a total payout of about 66 cents on the dollar. And what that means is that for every dollar you put in, you should expect to see about 66 cents back. And so that's a pretty big loss. I mean, you're expecting to lose about 34% of your money when you play this game. But again, if it's fun, we pay for entertainment, and so anyways, it's good information to know, I think. So payout 66 cents on the dollar for this Did I Win game. Now here's where I think it gets a little bit interesting. What I like to do is I like to divide the prizes into two categories. The first category on the left is the top 1% of prizes. So these are the top 1% the prize categories. And so you can see in this top 1%, we have some of the $25 prizes and then all of the $50 and $5,000 prizes. And so the reason I like to put that in the top 1% is because most of us are not going to hit these top 1% prizes. And so it's kind of helpful, I think, to kind of separate those out from the rest of the game. Because the rest of the game, the bottom 99% is where most of us are going to be winning our prizes and stuff like that. And so if we can compare these numbers across tickets, we can kind of see which ticket is the best bang for our buck. And so you can see the $25 prize is on both the bottom 99% and the top 1%. And that's because I split those prizes. They had to be split for the total prize amount to be uh, divided evenly between 99% and 1%. So some of those $25 prizes are in the bottom 99%, which is where most of us are going to be playing, and some of those $25 prizes are in the top 1%, where the only the lucky few are going to be playing. And so when we look at the bottom 99% of the prizes, which is again where most of us are going to be winning, we see that now there's a total payout of about 60 cents on the dollar. And so I'm going to go back to the other screen. The total payout is about 66 cents on the dollar. But for most of us who play this game, we're going to be winning prizes in the bottom 99%. And so our actual payout is going to look more like 60 cents on the dollar. So really a more realistic way to play this game is to think, I'm going in knowing that I'm going to lose approximately 40% of what I put in. So I think it's good to separate out that top 1% of prizes. Now, this screen, this is where this screen will grow over time as more tickets are released and as I do more videos. But what I did is I have some data. So I stopped recording data about a year ago, and so I'm missing about a year's worth of recent data. But there, I followed the tickets for about 2 years, and so I have some pretty good data on all the past tickets. And what I did is I put the best ticket and the worst ticket that we've seen in the past couple years. And then I have our new ticket. And so the best ticket, the best $1 ticket that we saw as far as when I was recording data was that Lucky You ticket that came out in November of 2017. And this ticket had a total overall expected value, that's what EV stands for, a total expected value of between 68 and 69 cents on the dollar, which is when you factor in that there are millions and millions of tickets, that's a big chunk of money that this Lucky You ticket had that the other tickets don't have. And so you can see the overall odds too on that Lucky You ticket were a little bit better, 4.48 as opposed to 4.53 on the current ticket. And then that B99 there stands for bottom 99%. And this is where the Lucky You ticket, it didn't perform as well as some of the other tickets, because you can see the Did I Win ticket has a bottom 99% at 60 cents on the dollar. That Lucky You was 59% on the dollar, but the odds of hitting those were a little bit better on the Lucky You. And then we have T1, that stands for the top 1%. And this is where the Lucky You ticket really shined above the other tickets. Almost 10 cents on the dollar, somewhere between 9 and 10 cents on the dollar. The Lucky You ticket had prizes in that top 1%. So there was really a lot of money to be won there in the top 1%, where you can see the Did I Win ticket, our current ticket, has a pretty low percentage of the money allocated to these top 1% prizes. And you can see the odds of hitting the Lucky You top 1% was 1 in 447 tickets, where the odds for our most recent one, the Did I Win ticket, is a little bit worse. So that was the best ticket that we've seen. And then the worst ticket that we've seen in the past couple years, not counting the last year because I don't have that data yet. I will go back and do it, but I don't have it yet. Was that extra bonus ticket that came out in February of 2018. And you can see the expected value there was almost 3 whole cents less. That the payout was 3 cents less on the dollar for the Lucky You ticket, which again is a lot of money when you factor in that they're probably, who knows, like somewhere between 5 and 10 million of these tickets probably being printed. And then you can see the bottom 99% um, of the winning tickets only had a payout of about 58 on the dollar. And then even the top 1% was pretty low, almost 8% on the dollar, 8 cents on the dollar. And so that was the worst ticket that we've seen, that I have data for in the past 2 or 3 years. And then this chart down here, I really think it's useful, and it gets more dramatic with some of the other tickets, some of the other dollar amount tickets. But you can see the best ticket that we had in November 2017. You can see where it lands on the chart. It's really high near the top of the chart. And then 2018, it comes way down, pretty close to the bottom of the chart. And then you can see our current ticket, and this is only the expected value, or only the like overall payout of the ticket. Our current ticket is pretty close to that extra bonus ticket. And the reason I like to show that is because the Georgia lottery in the last 2 years, I would say, last 2 or 3 years, they really have kind of scaled down the payout amounts on a lot of our tickets. And you'll see this is especially dramatic on the $2 tickets. But anyways, on overall, even I think it's been a pretty big drawback on what the Georgia lottery is paying out. And so I think there are some things that we can do as consumers to just, kind of let the Georgia lottery know that we want higher payouts, and maybe they'll get the message and give us some higher payouts. But anyways, the payout amounts kind of vary based on the ticket that you're buying, and so yeah, I hope this information helps you look at the lottery in a different light, and it will kind of show you that there are some strategies involved, and there are good tickets and bad tickets, and yeah, so I just like to put this information out there, and hopefully it's useful to somebody. And so anyways, that's what we're doing. As we go on, as I get more information, I'm going to start playing just a few tickets to kind of see which way is the best way to play. If you're only playing a few tickets, should you go by the odds, or should you go by the expected value or the payout? Should you go by the bottom 99% payout or the top 1% payout? I really think the bottom 99% payout is a good number for those of you who are playing and you like the idea of having a chance at something big, but you don't want to lose as much money. You want to lose as little money as possible. The top 1% category, that's going to be good for those of you who just, you're okay losing a little bit more money as long as you have a better chance at hitting something, hitting a bigger prize. And so yeah, I mean, these numbers, you can use these numbers based on your preferred way of playing if you want, or you can ignore them altogether. I just think it's interesting, and so yeah, I like putting these videos out for people to use. So anyways, thanks for watching. I will have more videos coming out that kind of give this kind of information for the higher price tickets later this week. So thanks for watching, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.